Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Brandi Glanville is one step closer to treating her mysterious facial infection. Brandi Glanville is hopeful that an infectious disease specialist in New York City is going to help her get to the bottom of her facial illness. The former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star is in treatment with Dr. Michael Scoma, whose first course is getting the reality star on antibiotics and antifungals, per Us Weekly. I always joke my life is like The Last of Us. I'm just turning into one of those black mold people. That's how I felt. I have lumps on my face, and they're moving around, Glanville told the outlet. She said of her condition, Dr. Michael Scoma said he wouldn't know if there was a parasite or not, because he didn't treat me early on. But if there was, it would have been gone by now. A lot of this infection, in this deep tissue, the staph infection, and there's other problems happening. It mimics a parasite. It has this fluid that jumps around your face because it's spreading, the mom of two continued. Glanville, who first noticed strange lumps on her face after filming The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip in 2023, is hopeful that Dr. Scoma's treatment plan will clear her symptoms. She discovered that she had a parasitic infection, and the lumps had spread to her upper body, causing a sensation of movement. Now, the plan is to treat the infection and manage Glanville's stress, which can exacerbate her condition. Dr. Scoma remains positive and told Us Weekly, "We can expect to see meaningful progress within the next few weeks, and I do believe Brandi can make a full recovery." Glanville is on her way to being rid of her parasitic infection. In an Instagram post shared on August 14, she told fans, "They say Twitter is the devil, but all it took was me screaming in my tweets, asking for help for this lovely man to reach out. Thank you so much to Michael R. Scoma, MD, who specializes in infectious diseases, for taking the time to meet with me and help me try to figure out what is going on inside," she wrote. The first picture shows Glanville with a much smoother face, while the third documents a shot of her getting an IV treatment. Bravo Liberties offered their support, with RAHOC star Vicki Gunvalson writing, "Praying honey you find answers. I love your new haircut and you are looking fabulous." Sherry Whitfield of Roy Joe replied, "Hopefully he can help and give you the answers and clarity you need." Glanville said in an interview with ET on August 12 that she was treated for parasites upon returning from Morocco in 2023. "If it was a parasite, that part is gone, but with all the inflammation, they left me with a secondary infection," she explained. She said that numerous doctors couldn't diagnose her, with some blaming her fillers. "I haven't had fillers before COVID," Glanville told ET. "I saw 21 doctors, and I had to have a tooth pulled," the former model said, adding that she spent over $100,000 in medical bills. When she's over her medical crisis, Glanville hopes to return to reality television, but she wants to do a game show. "They're fun. No one gets hurt," she said. For weeks, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Brandi Glanville has been under the microscope, not for her infamous feuds or cheeky one-liners, but for something far more personal, a mysterious facial infection that left fans worried, critics speculating, and Brandi herself grappling with uncertainty. Now, after an emotional roller coaster of doctors' visits, sleepless nights, and countless fan messages of support, the reality star is one step closer to getting the answers and treatment she desperately needs. The start of the mystery. It all began quietly. Brandi, who has long been open about her cosmetic treatments and skincare experiments, posted a series of selfies where her face appeared unusually inflamed. At first, fans assumed it was simply the aftermath of a peel or a cosmetic touch-up gone wrong. But as days turned into weeks, the swelling didn't fade, it worsened. "My face literally feels like it's on fire," Brandi confessed in a candid tweet that sparked concern across social media. "Doctors can't figure out what's wrong yet, but it's spreading." The message was raw, revealing a vulnerability that audiences weren't used to seeing from the often tough-as-nails Glanville. Almost overnight, speculation began to swirl. Was it an infection caused by a cosmetic filler, an allergic reaction to a medication, something autoimmune? The questions multiplied as Brandi herself admitted she didn't have the answers. The toll behind the glamour. Known for her no-filter personality, Brandi didn't sugarcoat how frightening the ordeal had become. She described waking up to find her face swollen, red, and tender to the touch. Makeup couldn't mask it. Sunglasses only hid part of it. "I've been through a lot in my life, but this has been one of the scariest things," she told followers during an Instagram Live. When your face, your identity, feels like it's being taken over by something you can't control, it's devastating. The emotional toll was just as heavy as the physical discomfort. For someone who's made a career out of being on camera, whether on Bravo, Peacock, or competing on reality shows like Celebrity Big Brother, the uncertainty of her health threatened not just her self-esteem, but her livelihood. A glimmer of hope. After weeks of bouncing between doctors and enduring tests that yielded few answers, Brandi finally received news that could change the trajectory of her battle. A specialist identified what might be the underlying cause, a rare but treatable bacterial infection that had embedded itself deeper than initially thought. "It's not 100% confirmed yet, but we finally have a direction," she revealed. "That's more than I had a week ago. There's a plan now." For Brandi, that plan involves a specialized course of antibiotics and, if necessary, a minor surgical procedure to drain and treat the affected area. It's not an instant fix, but it's a step forward, one that's left her cautiously optimistic. "I know I'm not out of the woods yet," she said, "but I finally feel like I can breathe." Fans rally around her. As much as Brandi has been a polarizing figure in the world of reality TV, the outpouring of support has been undeniable. Messages have flooded her social media from longtime RHOBH viewers, fellow Bravulbrities, and even skeptics who admitted her vulnerability softened their perception of her. Lisa Vanderpump's former friend-turned-foe, Camille Grammer, even chimed in with a kind note on Twitter: "Health is everything," wishing Brandi a speedy recovery. The unexpected show of support sparked a flurry of comments from fans who wondered if this health scare could mend old Bravo bridges. Meanwhile, Brandi's sons, Mason and Jake, have been her biggest cheerleaders. She shared a sweet story about how her teenage boys insisted she stay hydrated, rested, and laughed at old family videos to keep her spirits up. "They've been my rock through this," Brandi said. "It's moments like these where you realize what truly matters." A lesson in self-care. For a woman who's built a reputation on being outspoken, Brandi's journey has also shifted into something reflective. She admitted that her fast-paced lifestyle, late nights, stress, and years of experimenting with different beauty regimens may have left her body vulnerable. "I think this is my wake-up call," she told her followers. "You can't just keep pushing and pushing your body without consequences. I'm learning that the hard way." She's even taken a step back from social events and television appearances to prioritize recovery. A rarity for someone who thrives on the spotlight, but also proof of how serious the situation became. From scandal to survival, Brandi Glanville's name has always been associated with drama, whether it was her fiery divorce from Eddie Cibrian, her ongoing reality TV spats, or her sharp-tongued podcast episodes. Yet this chapter of her life is less about scandal and more about survival.